Greetings. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Retired Alan West, President and CEO of the National Center for Policy Analysis, America's think tank. It is amazing to me how fast a month went by, but it has just been that busy here at NCPA. I wanted to take the time to update you on NCPA's endeavors in the month of February. In conjunction with the Dallas Rotary, NCPA will host former Arkansas Governor and potential presidential candidate Mike Huckabee February the 4th at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. You can still register at www.dallasrotary.org/Huckabee. We will also announce the winner of our Young Patriots Essay Contest at the luncheon. Senior Fellow Dr. Devin Herrick will publish a report showing that both moderate income, young couples, middle income, middle-aged empty nesters can suffer thousands of dollars in marriage penalties as a result of Obamacare exchange subsidies. The report comes as 2015 marks the 50th anniversary of the Great Society anti-poverty programs. One of the unintended consequences of this policy initiative was the creation of a welfare state that penalizes marriage while subsidizes raising children without the benefit of marriage. As a result, marriage is on the decline, especially among the poor and those with moderate incomes. This effect has been especially great among minority families. Something to consider is February is Black History Month, and the out-of-wedlock birth rate in the Black community is at an astronomical 72%. Marriage is the most effective anti-poverty institution imaginable. Likely due to the Great Society programs, child poverty has hardly changed in half a century, and the federal government has spent trillions of dollars in a war we have certainly lost, the war on poverty. And so another government policy initiative, Obamacare, has exchange subsidies, making the penalty for getting married much worse. Senior Fellow John R. Graham will publish a report on the crisis in new drug development. Government regulations are increasing the cost of new drug development, denying patients potentially life-saving treatment, delaying development of life-saving drugs. Senior Fellow Pam Villarreal reports on President Obama's directive to the United States Treasury establishing MyRA accounts for workers without an employer-sponsored retirement plan. This is much like Roth IRAs, an NCPA policy initiative, except the investment choice is limited to Treasury bonds. Is this a wise choice for young savers with time on their side? Senior Research Fellow Lloyd Benson IV ponders the logic of American consumers enjoying lower gas prices, but politicians are considering raising the price of gas through higher fuel taxes, which will harm consumers and slow economic growth by erasing the cost savings at the pump. NCPA Distinguished Fellow Bob McTeer will be monitoring the U.S. and world economic developments with the euro and the dollar and the European Central Bank's new quantitative easing program and the prospects for the United States Federal Reserve's anticipated normalization of interest rates. Beacon Hill Institute Executive Director and NCPA Senior Fellow Dr. David Turk will be visiting NCPA to meet with board members and staff as we launch the next phase in the Tax Analysis Center expansion. With this partnership, the NCPA will be able to conduct dynamic analysis of state and federal tax reforms, identifying the behavioral effects of tax reform on low and middle income Americans as well as markets. And lastly, NCPA's Youth Programs Director, Rachel Stevens, anticipates February will be a big month for Debate Central and the Middle School Debate League as regular season competition begins to draw to a close and postseason district and state tournaments begin to heat up. All that we are accomplishing here at NCPA and hope to accomplish in providing policy solutions for Americans from America's think tank is not possible without your support. We appreciate those of you who continue to be a part of our team, and we invite others to join us in this noble endeavor to restore constitutional governance that advances economic growth, better opportunities, and the promise of the American dream. NCPA is a nonprofit, nonpartisan public policy research organization dedicated to developing and promoting private sector alternatives to government regulation and control, solving problems by relying on the strength of the competitive entrepreneurial free market. And none of it is possible without your donations and support. And oh, don't forget, George Washington, William Henry Harrison, Abraham Lincoln, Ronald Reagan, and yours truly were born in the month of February.